Hi guys, it's Sterling Spectre here. As many of you have seen, Elon Musk has just been approved to buy Twitter. This news came last night or day depending on where you live. This has also had a ripple effect onto the crypto market as it seems. So let's get into the article surrounding the buy, then take a look at the crypto charts and see how they were affected. Now, in the days before the purchase of Twitter, Musk and many online users were discussing free speech and how many social media platforms don't allow it to the extent it's supposed to be. This also ties into the crypto space in some ways as well. On Monday, Twitter announced that it will become a privately held company after accepting an offer to purchase stock at $54.20 a share. This works out to be roughly $44 billion. Even though the offer has been accepted, it will also need to be approved by the Twitter stockholders and various regulators. Prior to the news of the purchase, Musk said that he hopes that even his worst critics remain on Twitter because that is what free speech means. He then goes on to say free speech is the bedrock of functioning democracy and Twitter is to be the digital town square. This news was met with some criticism, and Angelo, who is the president of a non-profit media company, has said that the sale would be a victory for disinformation and the people who peddle it. In my opinion, this person is talking absolute crazy and doesn't have a grasp on what he's talking about. Now let's get into why this affects the crypto market. So the co-creator of Doge, who is called Jackson Palmer, called this buy a hostile takeover. Now, a hostile takeover is a term used in acquisitions of companies, and it describes the act of basically coming to a company and forcing their hand to sell by offering them money. And this is what Musk has done. So they quoted Jackson Palmer saying this, and he meant the quote in a good light, I think. Also, a very big Bitcoin holder congratulated the new Twitter owner, and seems that most of the space did as well. Now let's head back to what this has done for the market. We have seen a huge spike in the price of Dogecoin, which is to be expected as we all know Elon is a big pusher of the coin and always has tweets about it. However, Bitcoin and Ethereum also received a big spike at the same time, but prices slowly went down after the news and has settled out. It's really weird to see that one person has such an influence over the crypto space, and even from one tweet can cause prices of coins to spike. Musk also spoke at a TED conference around 2 weeks ago about crypto scams on Twitter. He said that in this conference that he's reluctant to delete things off Twitter, as the whole point of buying it would be for the freedom of speech. However, he goes on to say that there is a lot of crypto scam tweets on the site, and his top priority would be to eliminate the scams and scam bots that are on the site. Lastly, he said that these bots make the product worse and give them a bad look for the crypto space. If he had a Dogecoin for every crypto scam he saw, he would have 100 billion Dogecoin by now. However, it's unclear what First Amendment proponents have to be met by the purchase. This is because the amendment doesn't limit private employers in the US, but rather prevents Congress from passing laws that prohibit certain types of speech. Furthermore, the US courts ruled that the freedom of speech doesn't extend to inciting imminent lawless action, such as terrorists and the like. Twitter's terms and services don't allow users to threaten violence against individuals or a group of people. This leaves Musk with a problem, as he knows he doesn't want the site to be a place where anybody can say anything to anyone. If he really wanted true freedom of speech, he would have to allow for this point to get across. There has also been discussion of shadow bans. If you didn't know, many social media platforms have a shadow ban feature, which they are reluctant to talk about. Musk posted this tweet stating about the Shadow Ban Council in regards to his tweets. If you didn't know, most social media platforms will limit exposure of content that they deem misinformation or not for the wider audience, which means that only users who are looking for the content can find it, and the sites won't recommend the content to a wider audience. This is one of the main arguments of freedom of speech, that companies shouldn't be allowed to shadow ban others based off what they think should be shown. Now if we go over to the coin market cap, we can see that all these coins on the top are now red, based off the last 24 hours. And this is probably because Elon caused the price to spike, and now the hype is over, they are returning to the price before the news. Media continues to make prices go up and then come down, which isn't great in terms of Bitcoin becoming a solidified currency or being treated as a hedge against inflation, as a lot of factors still affect the price. If Elon tweeted about a physical currency, it wouldn't even make a dent into the value of that currency. So we still have a long road ahead of us, but it takes time for the mass adoption of a level of currency. The dollar took around 300 years to be where it is, so I'll probably be dead before it comes to what it's supposed to be. Anyway, that's it for the video. If you have any thoughts, leave a comment below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content like this.